apart at home in Galway.
Yes,
They're next door neighbours really. But like with Joe getting all the attention, Damien is able to slip in and get vital scores. Against Cork to start and wing forward, cut his pace in. The last day against Offaly put him in full forward, and like his pace worked again. I expect him today now, even though it's pick corner, I expect him to be in full forward again, trying to work his pace. But like Noel Hickey's very experienced. I expect Joe can to be at centre forward, trying to get the ball in, and Smith to me will be really trying to upset Tommy Welch if he's able. But like that's hoping everything goes right. You look at the other side, like in Kilkenny State.
You have the inside track.
Yeah.
You have the inside track.
Was you pick that team? Is there any chance that Damien will be a wing forward on JJ Delaney?
I wouldn't think so.
JJ's recovery. JJ hasn't the speed. He'd be like a Sean O, very good approaching the ball, very good in the air. But when he's dragged in behind, if a man goes in behind him, he can be slightly vulnerable when somebody rang him, as Alan Kearns did and scored 4 points off him here 3 years ago.
Yeah, well, with Aidan Hart pick centre forward, I don't think he'll be there. That's what I'm just showing.
Aidan won't be there, no.
But the way Damien played the last day, he got great goals, set up scores. To me, I think they'll put him in again full forward. Now, if he plays well, electric that he can do, Galway will play well. But like there are days when, as you say, Michael, he goes out of the game. Like some of his displays against Kilkenny wouldn't have been as good as others. He needs it.
But they need to get him in the game, no matter if he is out of the game and he's in corner forward or he's wing forward. They've got to move him until such time as they find a position that he gets into the game, because they need him up front with Canning, and they need him to.
If you look at the other side, lads, what I see the real danger is that when you see big men like come up for Power and Shefflin, brilliant in the air, and three small players that are not good in the air. Real danger there for Galway.
One question that I want to put to the three of you, and just hopefully this won't happen, we have a good sporting game, but sometimes in games like this, sir, when a team is really up for, when Galway feel we need to get stuck into this thing right from the start, you could have a few flashpoints. Yeah, dangerous.
It's funny you should mention that, Michael. I felt it last against Offaly. Galway rocked Offaly early on that replay. First minute, very physical, not so much dirty, physical, and took over, put their stamp on the game. Now Kilkenny were there and Brian Cody was there. He'll be meeting this. They're going to meet head on.
Yes.
And like whoever.
Note to self.
Yeah. Well, like and it's. I'm not saying they'll be dirty, but they'll be very, very physical. And whoever stands up to it. Now last night you had a bit of it at the start of the Tip Wexford game. Tomorrow you were at it, but and it kind of went out of hand.
Out fairly fast.
Yeah, it fizzled out. But I'm just saying you're going to get that early on, because Galway are going to say, listen, we're here on merit. They're going to need a great performance. They know that. Now I'm not saying they'll be happy to lose, but the supporters would feel if they play well and perform well and even get beaten a few points, they'll be happy enough, as long as they're not beaten out the game.
I don't think so, sir. No, I mean the preparation is ideal for Galway. 3 great games coming into this, right? They've set their stall out, right? National League champion. This would be a massive boost for Galway to win this one, right? And I think they should, like we've seen over the last couple of years. Waterford in our Ireland final, we've seen Galway, we've seen Dublin, and they're trying to upset Kilkenny on a physical nature. It hasn't worked. 20 minutes, the game is close, it's tight. Kilkenny have shipped the punishment and they've went on from strength to strength. I think they need to go different this time round. They need to keep it open as much. They need to start running at Kilkenny, and they've got to use the big open space.
But the thing in the back of my head,
that would be the worst possible.
But Jared, just supposing that Galway win.
Jared doesn't agree.
It would be the absolute worst possible approach for Galway to get too physical here. And it never worked before. I remember one time in a 91 match here that charged through the Kilkenny while they were in the parade and busted some fella's jaw. Kilkenny ate him afterwards. You won't beat Kilkenny physically. Physically taking them on is a mad game. Jackie Turrell, Noel Hickey, they'll eat you up without salt, and you'll be running around with your holding your hand, holding your leg.
You'd end up on top of the International Space Station.
And as Tomas says, your only hope is keep it moving. Remember Wexford, what they did in 2004? Move it, move. You could end up.
The
space station might be able to catch up with you, Michael.
Michael, let's just spending too much time in his backyard and space.
Seriously.
When you look at the champions, Michael, Kilkenny to me remind me of Kerry. What I would be hoping that wouldn't happen. Supposing Galway won today, and Kilkenny came around and beat Galway again in All-Ireland final, like say Cork and Kerry. You see, I know this knockout, when it isn't knockout, it gives you a second chance, but definitely it suits the stronger teams, because even being knocked out today, they're still knocked out, they'll come back in again, and they'll be still a fierce force to be reckoned with. Like, of course Galway are going to try to win, but it's hard to see them.
I don't agree with
is it not a case that this is a great opportunity from Galway from this point of view? They can play today without going out. They're still more or less in the same place in the championship.
Well, as Gerald said, they can play as abandoned. That's the big thing. They can open up and play.
Go and do that, right? Go play.
As long as there's not damage done, as long as the defeat isn't a big defeat. If the big defeat is a big defeat, this show is over. That's the one thing they must avoid. So now they can tear into it as hard as they can, but at the same time they must make sure that if things go against them, that they don't flop. And Galway inclined to throw in the towel. When they go 7 or 8 points behind, they're inclined to throw in the towel. They can't do that.
But do you not feel they're a different team this year. I know that they've
won the league.
They've
won the league. They won the West Cup. I know that they weren't that impressive against Wexford or against Offaly, but they were championship games, and they still slight jump in the fence. They still got over. They're where they want to be, and I think they're going to have a right cut at it. And again, as the boys said,
you hear John McIntyre, their manager, emphasising this. He's done it over and over again. We've won the league. We've won the Welsh Cup.
So why not win the World Cup?
Michael, you mentioned at the start of your programme. History has shown, right, Galway can always put it up to Kilkenny. They're the last team to beat them in the championship, right? So if they're going in with that belief themselves today, they've done it in our Ireland semi-final stage, they've done it in our Ireland finals. If they have that belief, and as John McIntyre said, they're going to play with the shackles off, I think they have a chance.
It doesn't matter what you've done before, though, lads. It's what you do against Kilkenny. And Kilkenny are really serious in a Leinster final. They don't want to be the first Leinster team to lose to these outsiders coming in. They are going to be at full steam today, and if Galway can beat them today, Kilkenny will have real problems. Whereas if Kilkenny demolish Galway today, very, very serious problem for Galway. So that's why this isn't just an ordinary Leinster final. This is a real knockout contest, because whoever's gone from it will be in huge trouble.
As we were saying before, it's a different Leinster final. I'm just looking at some of the shots of the crowd going around there, and there is a fresh breeze. It may not be as bad in the stadium as it is outside, but there's a fresh breeze there. And will that have a factor on the match? It looks lovely and sunny and all that, and a great occasion.
It will have it, because going into the Hill 16.
For people at home, it's blowing down into this Hill 16 side. That's what it's
all right, all set to go then. It's the Leinster hurling final here at Croke Park. It is Galway versus Kilkenny. Here's Ger Canning and Donal O'Grady.
Thanks, Michael. It's a wonderful setting, as you can see, in Croke Park, as Kilkenny are set to put their marvellous record of consistency in the championship on the line. 19 matches unbeaten. Well, the romantics in the West, I suppose, will point to Galway's 2005 success in the All-Ireland semi-final against the Cats, but since then, well, Kilkenny came back. Now take a look at this. The visor that the goalkeeper, PJ Ryan, is wearing with the helmet here. There's a bar missing, Donal, in this, and is that just to give him extra vision, do you think?
I presume so, Jerry. You know, the manufacturers don't make their face guards like that, so obviously he took it out himself, possibly to get a better view now. Whether it is kosher with the GA authorities, if whether he's food insurance, well, that's a question for them. But he definitely has tampered with it.
You're a very innovative kind of person as a coach, I know. How about some kind of I don't know, guard over the top to keep the sun out, because it must be a problem for goalkeepers. In the past they would have worn these kind of baseball caps. Yeah, well, I made that point a few months ago, Ger, because straight into the sun, particularly a low sun, if there's people playing night matches, it can be very difficult for keepers. They used to wear baseball caps, as you said, and it could be quite difficult, but you see Colm Callan there as well, so obviously the goalkeepers are taking their own view of what is a face guard and what is not. Well, the parade nears its end, and the pitch is in terrific condition. That breeze, well, our panellists have been talking about it. It is very blustery, it is very contrary. That's Iar Litanian there, who will be expected to play in the corner forward, but whether he plays left corner forward or right corner forward is a matter of some conjecture. You heard Cyril Farrell there say that Joe Canning was expected to play out on the 40, and I'm expecting changes. There's no way Aidan Harty is going to be playing on the 40. Possibility that Aidan Hart will be in one of the corners alongside Damien Hayes, with Joe Canning there in number 14 moving out to centre half forward. There's a certain absence of optimism among Galway fans that I've detected going into this. A case of, well, let's do as well as we possibly can and not get hammered. Well, that's true, Ger. I met a few lads outside of Croke Park coming in, they were all talking about coming in hope and, without much confidence, but I think they're hoping for a good performance and they'll be happy with that. And we're going to start the proceedings here with the Dublin Fire Brigade pipe band providing the music this afternoon, and it's Our Own Navian.